protection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight.
And it is a Wednesday morning, and of course it is the Wednesday edition of Spotlight here on 1480 WHBC. Pam Cook with you this morning. We are live on Facebook and also live on our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there. If you don't get to listen to the whole thing or you want to go back and listen again, go to our YouTube channel, and you can also go to Facebook, and you'll be able to find it there. And today we're going to talk about historic Zoar Village because, as I said earlier this morning, if you haven't been down there during the holidays, now's the time to go. And Tammy Schramm is with us this morning. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. Glad to have you back in studio. So, first of all, before we get into all the wonderful stuff that's happening now, I always like you to kind of give me a little summary of Zoar Village.
Yeah. So Zoar was founded in 1817 by a group of German separatists who were escaping religious persecution in Germany. And in 1819, this is kind of where Zoar stands out, the whole society voted to become a communal settlement. And they lived together communally for 81 years. And today it is a National Historic Landmark District, meaning that the whole village is preserved, which is a very rare distinction. And we offer tours, special events, all kinds of things going down in Zoar. And also you can just kind of walk around the village without entering the buildings as well anytime. And there's a lovely garden down there too.
Yeah, beautiful. And now with the holidays, Christmas in Zoar comes along. So tell me what that's about.
So Christmas in Zoar is our annual Christmas celebration, and that's when we also turn on all the lights in the village. So if you want to drive through, even if you can't make it during the day, I recommend driving through Zoar at night because we light everything up. We have luminaries lining the street. It's the big Christmas event. All the buildings are decorated. We have Christmas characters, Christmas concerts, carolers, different music, different places, vendors. A lot of the shops in town are open. There's a food booth. There's Glühwein. Live Christmas trees for sale. So, I mean, it's a big event.
Yeah, very big event. And so when is it?
Yes, it is December 6th,
Okay,
between 10 and 6.
That's
yes,
this Saturday.
This Saturday, yes.
Okay. Good to know because, if you're thinking, oh, I'd love to go do something fun to get me into that holiday spirit, this is a perfect way to do it.
Yes, we have. And we all, like I said, we have the Christmas characters down there too. So kids can visit with Santa. If you think they haven't been exactly the best kids, they can go visit the Krampus and see if they make it past the Krampus. We also have the Christkind, Father Christmas, kind of all these different Christmas characters from all the German culture. Like I said, there's a Christmas concert at the church. There is a church service, and we light the tree up at 6 o'clock, and that's when we light up the whole village for the first time.
Oh, that'll be so beautiful. And so Krampus, we got to go back to
Yes,
Krampus.
yeah.
You got to explain what Krampus or who Krampus is.
He's a little hard to explain. He's a bad guy.
Bad guy.
Yeah, he's kind of the counterpart of Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas was the nice guy that would come and give you gifts, but Krampus would come on December 5th. So we're saying if you make it through the Krampus night, then you can go to Christmas in Zoar on December 6th.
Okay.
But so Krampus comes in the night. He's got horns, hooves, the whole thing.
Yeah, kind of ugly face.
Kind of ugly guy, yeah. But if the kids were bad, then he would take them away in a basket. And then if they were, or give them a piece of coal if they weren't like so bad. And then, St. Nicholas would come back the next day and give you a gift if you made it through the Krampus night.
Okay, boy,
So,
that could be scary.
yeah, so they really made sure you were good back then. Yeah.
And see, the culture is, so for grandparents who are considering taking their young grandchildren down, don't scare them. Just tell them about it, right?
Yes, yeah.
But I love the culture part of it because Zoar is very obviously, emerged in its culture, right?
Yes. Yeah. So that's why for Christmas time, I mean, we're very much a German village all the time. A lot of them didn't speak English. They spoke German. They had a school that taught German and English. So we really kind of lean into those Germanic roots. And at Christmas time, we have the Christkind, who was the German Christmas angel. We have the Belschnickel, who is kind of like a little St. Nicholas type, but he's kind of more of a woodsy Santa. So we have Belschnickel. He goes around, and his big thing was he would give you either a piece of coal if you were bad or a Brussels sprout if you were good.
Really?
But the kids don't really like that now, no. So, and then Krampus, of course, is there. So, yeah, we really kind of lean into that German heritage. And then we have Christmas tours this year. We had them last weekend. We have them this weekend with Christmas in Zoar, and then we have them on the 13th as well. And we also tell the stories of how those German Christmas traditions started, which a lot of them are the traditions that we have today, like the Christmas tree, the Advent calendar, tinsel on the tree. I mean, a lot of modern Christmas traditions started back in Germany. So we really kind of go into those and the history of how those started.
Now, is there a cost for this for folks who want to come?
Yes, it is $15 for adults. Anyone 12 and under is free.
Okay. And it goes, you said 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's coming up on this Saturday. So I see there's also a pickle hunt.
Yes, yeah.
Explain what that
is. Yeah, another German tradition. But we have pickles. They're not small ones, so they're easier for the kids to find. But we have pickles hidden throughout the buildings, and you do get a little bit of a clue. So it's more like a scavenger hunt. And then you go through each building and you try to find the pickle. And then we have a QR code to scan that you can be entered for a prize if you find all the pickles.
Very good. See, there's so much to do. I think that's one of the best parts of it is that there's just one thing after another. We're going to take our first break, and then when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about, as you walk through, what are the things you're going to see, because there's a lot going on at historic Zoar Village and Christmas in Zoar. We'll be back on Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
Experience the magic of Christmas in Zoar this coming Saturday, December 6th from 10 to 6. Stroll the charming village as it comes alive with festive shopping, live music, delicious food, and be sure to stay for a Christmas concert, a candlelit church service, and a community tree lighting to cap off a perfect holiday day. Visit historiczoarvillage.com for tickets and information about this coming Saturday's Christmas in Zoar and the Christmas tours on December 13th.
The saving continues during Andrews Furniture's Countdown to Christmas sale. 'Tis the season for bringing comfort and joy into every room of your home. This month, enjoy an additional 10% off all FlexSteel handcrafted collections of fine upholstered furniture, leathers, and occasional tables. FlexSteel combines quality construction in a beautiful selection of over 1,000 fabrics and leathers. Choose from Andrews stock for immediate delivery or special order. Either way, you'll save an additional 10%. If you're looking for the best selection of last-minute gifts, then you're looking in the best place. Enjoy 20% off all in-stock decorative accessories at Andrews, including framed art, lamps, and mirrors. Or let them choose their favorites with an Andrews gift card. Experience the magic of the holidays with a trip to Andrews Furniture in Sugar Creek, your home furnishings destination for 77 years and 3 generations, where delivery is always free.
Coming to the Performing Arts Center in New Philadelphia on December 14th, the Doo-Wop Project Christmas Show. Bringing you all the holiday fun and Christmas classics you know and love. Get into the holiday spirit with the Doo-Wop Project. Get your tickets now at kent.edu/TuskPack.
Toyota-thon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like the best-selling Toyota Camry. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Camrys, or lease a new 26 Camry LE for $269 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details, or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Medicine Center pharmacies have been serving our local community for over 40 years. Our customers know they can count on our pharmacy staff, save money, and trust us. Stop by any of our Medicine Center pharmacy locations in Canton, Louisville, Minerva, and New Philadelphia, or visit us online at medshoprx.com.
Ohio Christmas Factory on Mahoning Road in Canton is now open. A family-friendly holiday experience for all ages. Enjoy pictures with me, Santa Claus, hot cocoa, a Christmas light show, and grab a cocktail at the North Pole Tavern Bar. For tickets, check out ohiochristmasfactory.com.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back to Spotlight. I'm Pam Cook with you on this Wednesday morning. We're live on Facebook, also on our YouTube channel. And we've been talking about Christmas in Zoar and all of the wonderful things and the Christmas characters. And we were focusing a little bit on Krampus because, well, I think Krampus is like one of those characters that stands out, good or bad, stands out. But you wanted to mention, if you attend, where will you find Krampus?
Krampus is actually in the Rathskeller of the hotel, which we rarely have the hotel open at all. And it has been probably 3 or 4 years since we've had the Rathskeller open. So it's a special treat. Even if you don't want to see Krampus per se, you can go and go in the Rathskeller hotel, which is a treat. Yes.
Oh, see, and we were also saying Krampus needed to be somewhere scared,
somewhere lurking.
Yes,
somewhere in a dungeon. Yes,
that's like his thing. And by the way, we talked about the pickle hunt. It's not real pickles. No, it's wooden pickles.
Wooden pickles, yes.
So don't worry about that. That's a good thing. So some demonstrations happening too.
Yeah, we usually have a sauerkraut demonstration going, it is exciting to see because it's, amazing to think of how that's done with just a head of cabbage and then just a bunch of squishing it down and then just kind of letting it sit. But, it's amazing to think of where these, things come from. They'll probably be making some sort of cookie or some sort of demonstration in the bakery.
Okay.
We usually have a demonstration in the kitchen, usually cooking apples and get that nice smell going in the kitchen. So
better than the sauerkraut.
Yes, yeah. And then our blacksmith should be there as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. So when you come in, I say come in, but when you arrive, you're going to make your way through Zoar, correct?
Yes, yeah. You'll want to get your ticket at the Zoar store. And then there you can do some holiday shopping. Always love the Zoar store. That's also down by the Zoar Creamery. So if you want to grab an ice cream, or they have coffee now. So if you want to get your coffee so you can walk through, you can do that as well. And you get your ticket there. And then you'll get a booklet if you want to go on the Christmas tour and learn about the Christmas traditions. So then that will tell you the different stops. And then you'll know where the characters are as well. And then we'll have shopping in the sewing house with local vendors. We have a new shop in town called the Inkwell. It's a really nice shop. They have stationery, old wax seals, kind of the old school stationery.
Yes, with the stamp.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I love those.
So they have a lot of that. There are a lot of paper type products like greeting cards. So that's a really nice addition to town. We have that open. One of the antique shops will be open as well, and then the bakery, of course, for all the yummy baked goods. And then you can make your way up the hill to the church to see different music performances in the church, and then right beside the church is the community center, and that's where we'll have our food. And then also, if you want a glass of Glühwein, you can go there as well.
Glühwein.
It is like a spiced, like a mulled spice wine, a hot wine.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, see, if it's going to be chilly, then you can go in there and get yourself warmed up, right?
And there's hot cocoa for the kids as well.
There you go. I love that. Yeah, those stamps, those wax stamps.
Yes.
I used to do that as a teenager. That was like when I would send cards or letters. Back when we used to do that.
It's just kind of fun. It's just kind of special, and they have all kinds of things in there to just kind of make your letters or just your stationery just special.
Yeah.
And it's just a really beautiful shop.
And it can be something that will take you back to the tradition of writing a letter.
Correct. Yes.
Because, I love doing that. I don't know. Or were you one of those people who always liked the first day of school because I had new notebooks and pencils and pens,
Yes.
But that's part of it too. That's so cool. And you don't see many of those shops.
You
around.
don't. Yeah. And it's a really, like I said, it's a really nice addition to town because of that, because it fits in with the Zoar aesthetic, but then also it's a beautiful product. And then, like you said, there's a lot of us stationery nerds out there that just love to go and look at the, different papers and pens and the wax seals and just kind of all the old school paper products.
Get your initial as,
as one of the stamps. And they got beautiful pens in there. They had, kind of pop out balloons that were made out of paper that spin around. I mean, there's some nice products.
Really pretty. That sounds great. So how many buildings are there in Zoar Village?
We have
Yeah.
16 museum buildings, and then there's probably just as many, probably 20 or so private residences.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there's a lot
And they
to
decorate
see.
too. The
They do
private
decorate
residences.
too. We do a door decorating contest for the residents, and the first prize gets a certificate to the store. So they all decorate their homes as well. So, and many of them do it in the traditional style.
Yeah.
So as you go through, you can see not just our museum buildings decorated beautifully, but theirs as well. Sometimes they just, I mean, the creativity that a lot of the residents have just blows you away.
Yeah. And so the buildings, are they open during this? Or
They are, yes.
Okay. So you can go and take a little tour of all of that as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, and that, I think we always say this every time you visit us. You know, we always talk about how people don't realize what's there, but also the history behind it. It's a great learning experience.
It really is. And then, this is a good, especially for, kids or people that may not be really, really into history, because then this is kind of history shrouded in Christmas, or like,
Yeah.
when you go to the Civil War, it's, the Zoar history, but you also get the Civil War history for the Civil War buffs, Zoar and the presidents that we have, the kids get to go visit the presidents, but they're learning at the same time. Like, we try to do as much things as what we can. We call it edutainment, where it's education, but entertainment. So
like
we
that.
try to do that. And this is kind of another form of that you're learning history, but you're also visiting with the Chris Kend, and you don't realize that you're learning the history.
That's
yes.
different. That
Yeah.
makes it different. It sure does. What about like Christmas ornaments and things like collectibles and things like that? You find that stuff?
We have every year we do a different Zoar Christmas ornament. Those are in the Zoar store. We also have a Zoar hotel ornament, and then one of the vendors that we'll have this weekend for Christmas in Zoar, and she'll be there next weekend as well. Her name is Cindy Kaiser, and she hand paints Christmas bulbs. Now, a lot of them are Zoar buildings that she paints, but she also has like different dog breeds, different winter scenes, different barn scenes, and they're all just beautifully hand painted. Like, I don't know how she does it that fine. I mean, it's just she's so talented. So yeah, we'll have those ornaments and different local vendors there. So if not necessarily an ornament, but we have some quilting, we have someone that does candies. We have a vendor that does jewelry made out of glass from Lake Erie, which I think is really unique. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, because we just had the weather phenomenon along Lake Erie where it pushes the water out, and when they have the heavy winds, this was last weekend, I think, and they collect the glass off
yes.
the beach.
Yes. So one of those vendors will be down there with their jewelry. Yes.
That's very cool
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I love that because I watched a story on that and I thought, man, there are people that go out and collect that, and it would be a wonderful thing to be able to see it.
Yeah. So if you want a piece of that glass, then it's Christmas in Zoar this
kind of
weekend.
crazy. It was in the bottom of Lake Erie, and then it's washed up on
Right,
shore.
yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Okay, so I always have to talk about food too, because food's a big part of what we all love, especially in the holidays. Talk about some of the foods and things that we can get there.
Yeah, the Zoar Community Association will have a food booth there with a different variety of foods that you can get. The Zoar Bakery, like I said, they'll have baked goods, cookies, breads, that sort of thing. Also in town, we have the Zoar Creamery, which I know it's a bit chilly outside, but it's never too cold for ice cream.
No, it is not. I agree.
So, but they do have hot coffee, and they do have food down there as well. So if you wanted a quick bite, you could go down there. And then we also have a Mexican restaurant in town, which has good food as well. So.
Oh, there you go. All right. And then you had mentioned earlier about a church service. There's going to be a church service as well.
Yes, that'll be at 5:00, and they do it by candlelight for Christmas in Zoar. And
nice.
then everyone walks out with their candles down to the tree in the garden, and then that's what we light up at 6:00.
Fun stuff. I love this. I can just picture it in my head. That sounds like it's a great way to get the holiday season started.
It really is, yes.
All right, we'll be back. We'll talk more about Christmas in Zoar on Spotlight here on 1480 WHBC.
Experience the magic of Christmas in Zoar this coming Saturday, December 6th from 10 to 6. Stroll the charming village as it comes alive with festive shopping, live music, delicious food, and be sure to stay for a Christmas concert, a candlelit church service, and a community tree lighting to cap off a perfect holiday day. Visit historiczorvillage.com for tickets and information about this coming Saturday's Christmas in Zoar and the Christmas tours on December 13th.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PIPE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PIPE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PIPE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
In this season of giving, consider donating your new and gently used items to Habitat for Humanity Restore in Canton. Whether you're clearing out some space or hoping to make someone's season bright, your donated furniture, appliances, building materials, and more will help local families build homes right here in our community. Schedule your free donation pickup at restoreeco.org or by calling 330-915-5920. Habitat for Humanity Restore, the store that builds homes.
It's the holiday season, a time for family and friends to gather and give. Bell Stores is making gift giving easy. Right now, Bell Buddy Rewards members can get 10 cents off per gallon for every $25 Bell Bucks gift card purchased through December 31st. A Bell Bucks gift card makes the perfect gift for your teen, your coworker, your mail carrier, or for yourself. Use Bell Bucks at the pump or in the store and enjoy the feeling that the more you give, the more you save. Bell Stores, Ohio owned and proudly keeping your family on full this holiday season.
Tune in each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for the Money Matters radio show. Find out how today's economy, debt levels, and policies affect your hard-earned money. You've made your money. Now it's time to watch it grow. Tune in to the hour-long Money Matters radio show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on News Talk 1480 WHBC. To speak to Bob Vowdy or Dave Ryan about your money matters, call New Horizon Financial Group in Canton at 330-499-1915. 330-499-1915.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Listen to the Kenny and JT Show here on 1480 WHBC for exclusive Pro Football Hall of Famer interviews presented by Akron Auto Auction as part of the Pro Football Hall of Fame residency program. Score big with AkronAutoAuction.com, a driving force in the industry.
Get ready for the holidays with a high-efficiency twin-tank water softener and get a free whole-home carbon filtration system from Verndale Water Experts.
Verndale's Water Center.
Experience the wonder of the holidays at the Ohio Christmas Factory during the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank's Merry Meals Mixer, Wednesday, December 3rd. Step into 50,000 square feet of holiday magic, sparkling with lights, interactive fun, and delicious food and desserts from 24 local favorites.
She'd been drinking too much eggnog
and some homemade pumpkin pie.
Every ticket and auction bid helps provide meals for families right here in our community. Celebrate the season, support your neighbors, and make spirits bright. Get your tickets today at merrymealsmixer.com.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, Cleveland Guardians pitchers Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz facing a May trial on federal charges related to taking bribes to help gamblers betting on their pitches. Prosecutors anticipate the trial could last 2 weeks and have begun providing defense lawyers evidence and other materials, including hundreds of gigabytes of files pulled from electronic devices. Clase, the Guardian's star closer, allegedly began providing bettors with information about his pitches back in 2023 and then recruited Ortiz into the scheme earlier this year. Russian President Vladimir Putin met with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner in Moscow yesterday as part of an ongoing effort to end Russia's war against Ukraine. Before the meeting, Putin warned that Russia is ready to fight if Europe wants war and accused European countries of trying to block peace efforts by making changes to Trump's proposal. The White House said it was very optimistic. Putin called yesterday's meeting useful. The winter egg, a rare crystal and diamond Fabergé egg, sold at auction for a record-breaking 22.9 million pounds, which is equal to $30 million. The 4-inch tail egg is made from rock crystal, platinum, and 4,500 diamonds. In sports, Cavs are back at home tonight to take on Portland. 6:30 is the pregame. 7 o'clock will be the tip-off, and you'll hear it live here on WHBC. I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Today, expect overcast skies and chilly conditions. Be cautious of icy patches in the morning. Temperatures will reach a high of 29. Tonight, the sky will remain cloudy with increasing winds bringing some light snow, resulting in a dusting to an inch of accumulation. The low will be around 25. Tomorrow will bring mostly cloudy skies, continued breeziness, and cold temperatures with a chance of a snow shower. Take care as there may be slippery areas. Expect a high of 28. With the AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back, everyone. Pam Cook with you on this Wednesday. Tammy Schrum from Historic Zoar Village is with us as well. She's the site director, and boy, there's a lot to direct coming up.
There is.
Keeping you busy for sure. And we've been talking about Christmas in Zoar, which is this Saturday, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. And talk a little bit about how folks, what's the best way for them to get involved and get down there, because, they're going to go to the store and get their tickets. And then is it the best way to take that pamphlet and follow along? Is that a good way to do it?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. So we give you a guide when you get there, and I think that's kind of the best route. You can go at your own pace and around your own, path as well. Like if you have young kids, you want to go straight to Santa, you can do that 100%. And then you can go back and see Santa as many times as you want. So even if you enter one, you don't have to. So it's really kind of up to you and what you want to do. You can go the shopping route and go all the different places in town to shop. Like I said, you can go the kid route and go Santa and visit all the characters. If you want to hear the history, the buildings will probably close up before 6, just because a lot of them don't have lights inside, so we'll have to close them down earlier. So if the history is what you want, then I'd go to the buildings first, just so you can make sure that you get that in
and come earlier in the day.
Come earlier in the day, but it's kind of however you want to go around town. Like, so we have live Christmas trees too. So if you want to pick out your Christmas tree and get it loaded up, before it gets dark there, you can do that as well. But I think, Christmas concert at 4, of church service, or you can walk around town after that, and then the tree lighting at 6. That's always magical to see. But, I'd get there, at least 2 or so. So you give yourself time to do all of the activities before, and then, also go to those as well. So.
Okay. And we mentioned $15 for adults, and kids
12 and under are free.
Okay. So that's great. And, parents come down, and there's so much to do and see, and the food. I know there's a lot of folks in this area who love antiques, and you guys have an antique shop, right?
We do. One of the shops that'll be open that weekend is the Assembly House Antiques, and he has a really nice shop. It's in the back. It doesn't make sense, but it's like the back building of his house.
Okay.
It's his old summer kitchen, and there's a lot of antiques in there. He has stuff ranging from Zoar antiques and kind of going into the Victorian era, like up through like some of the mid-century stuff from the 40s and 50s, especially. He collects Santas, and his house will be open this weekend. So he has this amazing, massive Santa collection that takes up pretty much his whole house.
Wow.
And then he has some Santa and kind of that 40s and 50s Christmas, stuff in his shop. So he's a must stop for this weekend.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
That's awesome. And for someone who's just tuning in, give the little background on Zoar, because that is a big part of what happens this weekend.
Yes. So Zoar was founded in 1817 by a group of German religious separatists. They were fleeing religious persecution in Germany. And then in 1819, they voted to live communally. And they were one of the longest lasting communal settlements ever in the United States. And then today it is a National Historic Landmark District. And we have, it goes from 1st Street through 5th Street is the historic district. And that's almost all exclusively buildings from the early 1800s. I'd say the average is 1830s. There's some after, some before. The earliest building that we have, the Zoar Community Association just acquired the Beimiller Cabin, which I think we're the 4th owners of the Beimiller Cabin ever. But it is from 1817, and it is likely the very first structure built in Zoar. And that's where Santa will be. So you can go visit Santa in this old time cabin. So he's right in front of the fireplace. So it's got a really nice little ambiance.
Yeah, nice little vibe and picture worthy, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because people love to do that. So, and then there's the characters. We talked about, the characters. Explain again who the characters are.
We have, Santa is there and Mrs. Claus. We also have Father Christmas. And then we have the Christkind, who is the Christmas angel. We have the Belschnickel, who's kind of a crotchety, woodsy Santa.
Belschnickel sounds like some kind of German dessert.
Yeah. And he was made famous on The Office. So those that had watched The Office, when Dwight dresses as the Belschnickel, so he'll be there, just as crabby too. And then we have the Krampus, who's kind of the mean counterpart to all of those guys. And he will be lurking in the basement of the Rathskeller with another German character called Frau Perkta. So she's a new one that we have. So she's they call her the Christmas witch. So
the Christmas witch.
Yes.
It never ceases to amaze me. There's so much there, and then we have to remind folks about the pickle hunt, not real pickles.
Yes. So you can go around all the different buildings and try to find the pickle. It is a big wooden pickle, so it's not super hard to find. And you also have like a scavenger hunt clue to get you to the different locations. But you can scan the QR codes on the pickles, and then you get a chance to win a gift card to the Zoar store.
Okay, that's awesome. That's easy. See, right there. So we know that this is happening, and before we wrap things up later on this half hour, we'll remind everybody about all of the interesting items. But what happened? Once Christmas in Zoar is done, then you go into like a new season almost, right?
We do. So as soon as ghost tours are done, we start immediately decorating for Christmas. And then in some of the buildings that you don't go into for the ghost tours, it's already fully decked out for Christmas. So it's like we start that early. But as soon as Christmas is done, we're on to 2026. I mean, we've been doing 2026 stuff already, but then we really dive into 2026. And next year is a big year for the Zoar Community Association because it's America's 250, which is big. But then also we run not only Historic Zoar Village, but we also run Fort Lawrence.
Yes.
And Fort Lawrence is Ohio's only Revolutionary War fort. So next year is going to be a big year for Fort Lawrence.
That will be huge.
Yes.
That will be huge. And, when you look at America's 250, you guys, I'm sure you have a lot planned for all the things that are going to be happening.
We do, yes. So there are different themes in Ohio for each month, and we have tried to fill on with those themes. We have different specialty tours going on in Zoar, like we have an art tour, we have an industry tour, an agriculture tour, trying to fit along with those themes that they have. We're also going to do a old-time baseball game between the Zoar Stars and the Ohio Muffins and kind of do this vintage baseball game.
Who names their baseball team the Muffins?
The Muffins, I know. They're a pretty good team, though, I guess.
Good,
but so we'll have that going on. And then we're going to try to get bunting up throughout the town. So the whole town will be decked out for, red, white, and blue. And then next year, we're going to do Zoar and the Presidents. And we're going to go out of the little president, bubble a little bit and get some founding fathers in there as well.
Good.
Because, who doesn't want to go see Ben Franklin? So,
right. Right. And did you have presidents? You had an event recently with the president.
We had Civil War School Day, and then 2 years ago we had Zoar and the Presidents again. So, and that's always fun because we do it every other year from the Civil War. So next year is the president year, and we put the presidents on the porches, and you get to hear from the presidents themselves, and they talk about their lives and their campaigns. But it's all campaign front porch style. And you also get to vote for your favorite president that day. We have a voting booth. We announce the election results and do all kinds of different fun presidential history and trivia. And it's a really fun day. It's a really popular school day.
It
for
is
us.
a popular school day. And my niece, took her kids, and they came to my house to visit and just launched into telling me all about it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And I was like, you guys, that's so great. I love that.
That's fantastic.
I have to pass
That's
that
good
to
to hear.
Tammy. Yeah.
It is. It's a fun day. And the fact that you get to vote, and we put them back behind a booth, and they get a little sticker that says "I love Zoar" for voting. And I mean, we count out the ballots, and we have a guy that helps us count the ballots. That he also works for the Board of Elections, so he takes it very seriously when he's counting
Very
the ballots.
good. Yes,
but it's always fun to see which president wins, and then the kids get all hyped up. And we even have a couple schools that they have to leave before they hear the election results, but they always they always email like, "Who won? Who won?" The kids
wanna
just
know.
want to know. But yeah,
Yes.
it's just a fun day, even as adults. And we have the presidents are going to stay over not just for the school day, but they're going to come back on Saturday as well. So even as an adult, to go around and talk to Benjamin Harrison and Abe Lincoln, and
Yeah.
it's just a lot of fun.
It is, and like I said, firsthand, I heard I heard it, and they absolutely loved it. So we know that there's a lot coming up. But if you're trying to plan something for this weekend, and maybe on Saturday, even during the day, you're thinking, what could we do? Maybe you're going to go get your Christmas tree. Why not add on to that?
Yes.
And come down to Zoar.
Yes.
Right?
And then if you can't make it this weekend, we'll also have the Christmas tours and the Christmas characters next weekend on the 13th. And we'll also have the shopping next weekend as well.
Okay.
On the 13th.
So if you can't make it this Saturday, then next weekend, how do we get to Zoar? That we haven't really mentioned that too much about how to get there.
You go on I-77 south if you're going to go that way, and then you take exit 93 and you go left at the exit, and then you just follow 212 until you get to Zoar. And then once you see all the historic buildings, you're there. Yeah, all the cupolas in town start appearing, and then you're there. And you can also go 800 to 250 and kind of go in the back way that way.
Yeah, and if you or to 212, if you go 800 to 212, that's how I used to go when I lived in Magnolia. But and it's really easy to find, and like you say, you will definitely know you're there. And that's kind of the heartwarming, charming part of it all. It's like it is just explodes right there.
Yeah, it's all modern McDonald's, kind of all these modern buildings, and all of a sudden, like I said, it's just cupolas and brick buildings and columns and a big huge garden, and it's just like, oh, where am I? Or I like to say, when am I?
Yes.
Yes.
How did I get back here? How did I get back?
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's really very awesome. All right, we'll wrap things up. We'll take our final break right now and chat more with Tammy Schramm. Christmas in Zoar. It's taking place this Saturday. And again, we'll fill you in more on Spotlight here on 1480 WHBC.
Experience the magic of Christmas in Zoar this coming Saturday, December 6th from 10 to 6. Stroll the charming village as it comes alive with festive shopping, live music, delicious food, and be sure to stay for a Christmas concert, a candlelit church service, and a community tree lighting to cap off a perfect holiday day. Visit historiczoarvillage.com for tickets and information about this coming Saturday's Christmas in Zoar and the Christmas tours on December 13th.
Auto dealers, it's game time. Akron Auto Auction is bringing the heat every week, running over 1,000 vehicles through the lanes, online or in person. Get in the lane and score big at AkronAutoAuction.com. That's AkronAutoAuction.com. Whether you're calling the plays from the lot or watching from the sidelines, this is where the real draft picks happen. Don't punt your profits. Akron Auto Auction is where the winning drive starts. AkronAutoAuction.com.
This is Mike Frazier, Senior Pastor at Canton Baptist Temple. I would like to personally invite you to worship with us at 10:15 this Sunday morning in our worship center located at 515 Whipple Avenue in Canton, Ohio. If you cannot be with us in person, please tune in to our broadcast right here on WHBC at 8:30 on Sunday mornings. For more information about our ministries, you can visit us at cantonbaptist.org. We look forward to meeting you soon.
There's something about the holiday season that makes everyone smile. Hot cocoa, being with family, maybe even some shopping for those we love. But there's really only one thing that can make us just a little bit happier. I'm talking about Heggy's candies. Caramels, pastels, salted nuts, and of course, chocolates. Since 1923, Heggy's in Canton has been the go-to location for all of your holiday candies. Ben Heggy Candy Company, 743 Cleveland Avenue Northwest, across the street from St. Peter Church in Canton.
Hello, it's Craig Sanders from Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon. Listen to this Progressive Power Buy.
Everybody gets big discounts this month. Buy a new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 ZR2 4x4 and take $12,000 off MSRP with trade and match cash. Or if you don't have a trade, you can still get $8,000 off. Buy a new 2026 Chevy Equinox LT all-wheel drive and take $6,500 off MSRP with trade and match cash. No trade? No problem. You can still get $4,500 off. Here's one more Progressive Power Buy. Buy a new 2026 Chevy Trax LT and take $4,500 off MSRP with trade and match cash. Or get $500 off without a trade. Together, let's drive.
Shop Progressive Chevrolet in Massillon.
Call 833-853-3094 for offer details. Stock number C26-076, 134 and 130. MSRP 83,890, 36,355, and 26,150. Offers end upon sale of eligible vehicles.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Advent knows that.
Reduce your credit card in 1-800-329-9912.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And this is our final segment of Spotlight on this Wednesday morning. We've been talking with Tammy Schrum about Christmas in Zoar and actually historic Zoar Village in general. But it's coming up this Saturday. They'll also kind of extend things to the following weekend, which we'll revisit that here in a second. But let's talk a little bit more about the Zoar store because there's a lot for folks. Maybe you're just wanting to go find some different Christmas gifts, right?
Yeah, I think the Zoar store is kind of a nice little hidden gem. Would make it, maybe not so hidden. But we were recently voted one of the best old-timey general stores in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Which I thought was really nice. But, I mean, yes, it has your typical souvenirs, like your Zoar T-shirts, your magnets. We have keychains that look like hotel fobs from the back in the Zoar Hotel. Yeah. But we also have some really unique gifts down there as well. We have thumb pianos. There's all kinds of puzzles from Will Moses. There's puzzles that look like little literature books like Pride and Prejudice. We have German Christmas ornaments. We have redware pottery. There's just a lot of really nice things that you're not going to find in a lot of other different places. And we try to shop local as much as we can and carry local vendors. Like we have cutting boards from Werther's and really get with the local vendors. Really, when we go outside of the local vendors is to go to Germany, like I said, for the pyramids, the little pyramids that spin around with the candles and the smokers and the ornaments. So we also have different teas. We carry the Ohio Tea Company teas down there. We have some mustards that are from Cleveland. So some jams from Minerva. So we're nice little shop. And we have different baskets this year that we put together and we wrapped up all nice and pretty that if you're really kind of not sure what to get someone, you can just grab a basket and then go. And we give a discount for each basket of all the items that are inside of it. There's lots of kid toys also. Like we have some wooden muskets, a lot of different wooden toys, a history board game, history books. old time toys and games and weaving sets and different crafts for the kids to try. So it's a nice little spot to get something different, something, I don't hate to use the word unique, but it is, but different, something kind of fun and different for Christmas.
It is fun and different. And because especially if you're looking at somebody who has everything, but when you hand them something unique, like it is unique, I think, like that can be so much fun.
Yes. Yeah. And we even have for stocking stuffers, we have little wooden tops for the kids. We have all kinds of old fashioned candies and gums. Like we have tea berry gum, all kinds. Clove. We have that down there. Beeman's is down there. We have chiclets. Like if you're millennial, we have chiclets, and we have candy cigarettes, which you can't really find anywhere, but we have some candy cigarettes, bubblegum cigars, all kinds of different, old time candies like that. And then, like I said, just kind of, the Jacob's ladders, the marbles, jacks,
all that stuff.
All that stuff. Yes.
See, that's the kind of stuff like you want to go and get and share with a grandchild or your child and say, okay, this is what I used to play with. And it wasn't electronic and it wasn't a phone.
Yes.
It's the cool stuff that you can have fun with that. Yeah, I love that. Put that in their stockings.
Yeah. And I think a lot of what we have kind of like hits that nostalgia like that. Like even like we just got in kaleidoscopes and I was like,
a kaleidoscope. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome stuff. Well, let's also talk about food because I know, and I said it again, but but the pies and all of those things, you can purchase those things to take with you, right?
You can, yes. So the bakery will be open, and they have pies, cookies, cinnamon rolls, breads, pretzels, you name it, and it's there at the bakery. They'll probably be doing a demo that weekend. But yeah, the bakery is just a nice spot, and they're open outside of our events too. The bakery keeps regular hours like the Zoar store does, and the bakery has its own Facebook page now.
Oh, nice!
So you can look at the Zoar Bakery on Facebook. So it's just a really nice spot because it is. It has all those goodies almost all year round. So yeah.
And I was asking Tammy because they'll at 6:00 on Saturdays when everything lights up, right? And you have the town is, outlined in the luminaries.
Yes.
And it's just a beautiful, beautiful sight. But if you want to just, after this happens, the luminaries won't be there.
Correct.
But you can still drive through.
You can still drive through and see all the Christmas lights. They'll be set on a timer so that as soon as it gets dark, or right around that 6:00 time, whenever we light it up on Christmas in Zoar, every night at 6:00, they'll come on. And we lost our big center tree in the garden a couple years ago. It was kind of sad. But now the tree it's not a small tree, but it's small enough that we can decorate it so it looks like a giant Christmas tree in the middle. We have a big Zoar star on the side of the garden house. All the buildings have spotlights on them. There's different lights throughout town. There's greenery everywhere. So it's really pretty to drive through. Even during the day, like if you have trouble driving at night, you can still see a lot of the decorations during the day. And it's worth a trip just to kind of drive through and like kind of make it in. And no, it's not a whole bunch of flash like some of these houses with all these lights, but still it's nice. If you're going around driving and looking at stuff anyway, it's just a really pretty Christmas scene.
It's the whole historic image of it all.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
And again, like you said, if you want to take a tour of the buildings on Saturday, you probably should get there, obviously, earlier in the day.
Correct, yeah.
Maybe around 2 or so, because when it gets dark, you can't.
Yeah, some of the buildings don't have lights. So some do, but not all.
And then prior to the tree lighting at 6:00, there's the church service.
There is,
right?
and it's all by candlelight. So if you'd like to go to a candlelight church service, that'll be at 5. And in the church at 4 is also a Christmas concert. John and Cindy Alsesser and their foundation paid for that, so it's free for everybody. They can go see the, I believe it is a quartet.
Oh, nice.
So you can go hear the concert, and then there's all kinds of different local choirs that'll be playing in the church before that. So even if you are there at 10:00, there'll be some music going on in the church. And so we got something going on all day.
All the time.
All the shopping, the Christmas characters, the live Christmas trees, the bakery, the glue vine, the food, hot cocoa for the kids. It's just really jam-packed full of Christmas activities that day.
So when they arrive, they need to go to the Zoar store.
To the Zoar store, yes. It is at 198 Main Street. There's parking down there by the Zoar store. There'll also be parking up top near the church. and you get your ticket there. It is $15 for adults. Kids 12 and under are free. And then at the Zoar store is where you'll get your tickets, and then you can get your booklet if you want to go through the buildings and
have a look at
Yes.
different things. All right, that's awesome. Well, again, Tammy, thank you for coming and
thanks for having me.
sharing it with us. And again, that's this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then next weekend, what time next weekend?
We are 11 to 4.
11 to 4 next weekend as well. All right. And again, it is a wonderful way to celebrate a Saturday and get into the holiday spirit with Christmas in Zoar. We are at 5 minutes before 10. I'll have news for you here coming up. And this has been Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
Experience the magic of Christmas in Zoar this coming Saturday, December 6th from 10 to 6. Stroll the charming village as it comes alive with festive shopping, live music, delicious food, and be sure to stay for a Christmas concert, a candlelit church service, and a community tree lighting to cap off a perfect holiday day. Visit historiczorvillage.com for tickets and information about this coming Saturday's Christmas in Zoar and the Christmas tours on December 13th.
Happy